Hi everyone and welcome to KREM 2 News at Noon. It is good to see you. I'm Laura Papetti and we begin with this. A developing news overnight. Spokane County Sheriffs responded to a shooting in Spokane Valley. Happened on East 2nd just before 9 o'clock last night. And now just minutes ago we received an update from the Spokane County Sheriff's Office. According to the press release they sent us here at KREM 2, deputies received a report of a shooting at a home on East 2nd Avenue right near Havana. The caller said the shooting happened 2 hours prior to the call and that someone was dead inside the home. Then upon arrival, deputies say they forced their way into the home to find a man dead on the living room floor. Initial information indicates the victim did not live at the home but was indeed known to those living there. At this point, no arrests have been made and the victim's name has yet to be released. And then we are following this, another developing story overnight. Right now, there is an urgent search for someone who shot and killed someone in East Central. Police say the drive-by shooting injured at least 2 other people. Right now, Spokane police are looking for a light blue Honda Odyssey. You're taking a look here at this one. The license plate is ASH 3415. So it's this car that police are believing is connected to the crime. And if you do see this car, call police. They say the driver could be armed and dangerous. Last night, our crews on the scene spoke with 2 people who say they are friends with one of the victims.
I get a call from my other buddy. He's freaking out. He's all, yeah, I just got shot. You guys need to hurry up, get down here.
All
right, yeah, he was freaking out. So we just jammed down here as fast as we could and got here and cops were already here.
Only information we got from him that he was shot, he needed help, got his location, we're here.
The Spokane Police Department has not released the names of the victims at this point, but anyone with information on the shooting is asked to call Crime Check. At this time, it is unknown if both of these shootings are connected, but we are certainly tracking the very latest, and we'll have more on the investigations coming up on KREM 2 News First at 4. 2 minutes past noon right now, and the sun is shining. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick is live in the KREM 2 Outdoor Weather Center with what we can expect as we slowly crawl towards the weekend.
Yeah, and more of the same, Laura. And I know that yesterday, hopefully you got a chance to see all those blue skies, but we got that overhead once again today with just an extra layer of some mid-level clouds. Basically, directly above my head, we have some altocumulus clouds. They're about 9,000 feet in the air, and they're a little bit puffy, but it is filtering some of that sunshine. Just outside that, still very crystal blue skies out there. You can actually see that in the camera shot out at Riverfront Park as well. You can see the blue kind of on the horizon, but there is a little bit of cloud cover that is overhead. Not stopping that sunshine though, as we're approaching 40 degrees as of this noon hour. Little bit again of those mostly mid-level clouds just kind of trickling in through northern Washington and a bit through the Spokane area. Any rain that you see out here in western Washington going to stay out there in western Washington until perhaps early tomorrow morning. But as for the rest of the day, more filtered sunshine out there. Temperatures easily in the mid-40s today. It feels really nice to get outside, get a walk, probably take the dog out for an extended walk for today. Great weather for that. And then mostly clear once again for tonight with temperatures sliding down into the 30s. Now for first thing tomorrow morning, we could be tracking not only some rain, but perhaps some snow or graupel once again in the forecast. So we'll show you the likelihood of this for Friday morning's weather and any more small rain chances that we might have over the course of this weekend. So we'll have all that coming up in a couple minutes.
Happening today, the Washington State Supreme Court will review an appeal to a temporary restraining order against billions of dollars in dividend payouts to Albertsons investors. Albertsons is set to merge with Kroger. A temporary restraining order prohibiting the payout was lifted just about 2 weeks ago. And today, Southwest Airlines will be grilled before Congress. The airline's chief operating officer will testify on the December meltdown that canceled nearly 17,000 flights and stranded 2 million passengers. Southwest says it's making improvements to better prepare for these kinds of situations. And the debacle certainly cost the airlines about an estimated $825 million. The U.S. Coast Guard suspended the search for a Washington man who went missing at sea. Byron Fitch was working on a crabbing boat when it sank. No word on what caused the boat to go down. 2 other people on board were rescued. And a former Spokane County employee pled guilty for failing to file federal tax returns. 54-year-old Rhonda Ackerman could face a year in prison, a $100,000 fine, followed by 1 year of supervised release. Last month, Ackerman was convicted in a separate case for stealing more than $1 million from public funds. That's a look at your stories for Northwest News. Let's take a look at this story coming in from Idaho. They are looking to cut its wolf population in half. Data showing wolves kill nearly 300 livestock from July 1st of 2021 to June 31st of 2022. And since 2014, wolves have killed nearly 1,300 livestock.
We just want to bring those wolf populations in balance to reduce livestock depredations and also be able to recover some of our elk herds where they're down.
Wildlife activists, however, say the plan goes too far. They are advocating for non-lethal management strategies.
Having livestock guardian dogs, range riding, and having devices that emit light or noise.
If Idaho is willing to invest in that instead of just spending millions of dollars killing wolves, we could see livestock losses drop down to near zero.
Currently, there is no limit on how many wolves people with a hunting and trapping license can kill. A sad number to report this afternoon, 20,000. That is the number of people now killed by the massive earthquake that hit both Turkey and Syria. Rescuers from more than 24 countries continue to search for survivors in the rubble of collapsed buildings. International aid is sending up in remote parts of Turkey, and the White House says the U.S. has sent more than 150 people on search and rescue teams to that area. The American military stationed in Europe is also now on ground. The Turkish president is acknowledging the shortcomings in his government's initial response, but say there really is no preparing for a disaster of this size, and aid for Syria is hampered by the ongoing civil war in the country, which will soon enter into its 12th year. The only road the UN authorized to carry supplies has been ripped apart by the earthquake. And as rescue efforts enter into its 4th day, experts say the window for finding any survivors is closing fast. And again, people from all over the world are sending aid to the region, including right here in Washington State. A woman from Wenatchee is now heading to Turkey, hoping to help out. Jamie Smith works with the nonprofit Impact Northwest, which specializes in urban search and rescue. She is one of 2 volunteers from the organization who is now on their way to Turkey. Smith is a nurse with 16 years of experience, which she hopes to use to give medical care to those impacted by the quake. Smith and her partner will also lay the groundwork in Turkey for future medical and relief teams that are expected to arrive in the coming weeks.
You hear of a disaster like that, your heart just goes out to the community and to the people and just what everybody must be going through at that time. So just, I can't imagine if that, was here, you'd want someone to come up and help your family and friends. And so just whatever we can do to help.
And Smith says she'll be in Turkey for about 10 days and hopes she can indeed make a difference. She says her life's mission is to help people in need, no matter where they are located.